friends, it's Griff Neilson, your holistic lifestyle hacker, and we are back for story time, baby. I'm going to read you a story today from, again, this is what we started. This is called The End of Overeating by Dr. David Kessler, and it is riddled with just amazing scientific facts about sugar and food addiction and how it is a real addiction and how it alters the brain chemistry and basically makes us a slave, right? Yay! So today we are going to make a little story time with the concept and the title of, you ready? Emotional eating. Okay, emotional eating. And I love this because if you think of any other addiction, there is usually two components of an addiction. One, there's a physiological addiction. I literally am physiologically addicted to drugs or alcohol. There's a physiological craving. There's altered brain chemistry. The same thing holds true with sugar and food addiction. And we're going to save that for another video. But today, we're going to go into the second element of food and sugar addiction, and that is the psychological component. This is more the mental, emotional connection that we have with foods. And I want to just read from Dr. Kessler's book. He said, there are days, let me give you a little bit of context here. He's talking about one of his former clients, a woman that he called Claudia. Her name has changed. And he's describing her relationship with food. And he asked the questions, what happens when you start to eat? And she said, sometimes I can't stop. It doesn't happen at every meal, but if there's something appealing in food right in front of me, or if I've been thinking about food a lot for some reason, I'll keep eating, even to the point of being sick. I encouraged Claudia to share her emotions. She replied with, there are days when I dream about food. I think back to delicious meals I once had and long to feel the sense of anticipation, happiness, and fulfillment they provoked. Recollections of pleasures past seem to spill from her. A birthday dinner at the Cheesecake Factory 5 years ago. A perfect late-night slice of New York pizza. And something she called Charlie's Cookies, a little bar of heaven on earth. Other favorites on her list, smoothies, corn on the cob, candy bars, potato chips. Some foods were obviously associated with her childhood or happy memories. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep it short and sweet today, but I want you to ask yourself, how are you, and I've asked myself the same question, how are you attached to your food emotionally? Okay. This is what you've heard probably in modern day cliche terms as your relationship with food. But in reality, we all have one. We all have a relationship with food that alters and demands and commands our behavior. What we're not understanding is that at a subconscious level, we are associating these pleasurable foods with a positive emotion. Now, if my boss just yelled at me, if I've had a stressful day, and I know subconsciously that these foods are very comforting, hence the term comfort foods, wouldn't it be natural to turn to them? Wouldn't it be natural to allow these foods to give me a form of escapism, to distract me? So here's the question that I have for you. Think back to your childhood. Think back even as recent to the last week. So from childhood to modern day, what is your relationship with food? Do you use it for comfort? Do you use it when your stress levels go up? Do you use it in social situations when you're already having a good time and this enhances the ambiance of the situation? What is it about food? And in particular, I'm not talking about like whole foods. I'm talking about more of the addictive foods, the foods that have been scientifically engineered to get us addicted. And we'll talk more about that as well. So the question is, what is your relationship with food? Be honest with yourself and write it down. Become very aware of what that relationship is. And I think you're going to be very surprised. It's an interesting journey once you start to figure this out. And we're going to keep going on this. And hopefully you're going to get some nuggets on how to extricate yourself from food and sugar addiction. I hope you do. You guys are great. Remember to never excuse away your inner greatness, and always remember, life is good. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.